Shalom, this is Brother Dobby from GMS Detroit. I would like to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. With that being said, I want to get into a quick lesson. And this is concerning, I was reading this Acts 5 and 4, and in this account, it was dealing with Peter and John was out preaching. And they was healing too, preaching and healing, working miracles. And some old wicked Israelites, told on them, got them arrested and whatnot. They got arrested and got beat, for what they was doing and whatnot. So I just wanted to make the comparison. Let's get the scriptures. I'm gonna just read the scripts because I just did a lesson on this, but I read the whole things, which it took an hour, so it's kind of too long. So I'm gonna shorten it up with this video. So if you go in here and read the story, I'm gonna read the whole story like I just did, but I go to the key points. How to let's see, where should I start? Okay, we started at the top. Yeah, we're not gonna read the whole thing. It says as they speak unto the people, the priests and the captains of the temple and the Sadducees came upon them, being grieved that they taught the people and preached through Yahweh Shai the resurrection from the dead. It says, and they laid hands on them, and they put them in hold until the next day, for it was now eventide. It says, howbeit many of them which heard the word believed, and the number of the men was about 5,000. It says, and it came to pass on the morrow that their rulers and elders and scribes and um, uh, Ananias, like I said, and Ananias, the high priest, and how you say these names? Caiaphas, and John and Alexander, um, and as many as were of the kindred of the high priest were gathered together at Jerusalem. It says, and they had set them in the midst. They asked, by what power do ye do? What power or by what name have ye done this? And Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, said unto them, ye rulers of the people and elders of Israel, if ye this day be examined, it says, of the good deed done to the important man, uh, by what means he is made whole. It says, be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel that by the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom God Yahweh raised from the dead, even by him do this man stand here before you whole. It says, this is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which is become the head of the corner. It says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given amongst men whereby we must be saved. So yeah, he was telling them like, yeah, I came in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. This is the name we've been out here preaching. This is the name we've been preaching in. You know what I'm saying? Some wicked Israelites come up on them saying, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? What are you preaching in these names? You know what I'm saying? You preaching, trying to heal people and whatnot and stuff. And so, yeah, they Peter had to tell him, like, yeah, we come in the name of Yahweh Shai, Mashiach. It says, and behold, the man which was healed standing with them, um, they say nothing against it. It said they could say nothing against it. It says, but when they had commanded them to go aside out the council, they conferred among themselves, saying, what shall we do to these men? For they indeed for that indeed a notable miracle have been done by them, is manifest to all them that dwell in Jerusalem, and cannot deny it. It says, but it spread no further among the people. Let us straightly threaten them that they speak henceforth to no man in this name. So yeah, the wicked Israelites didn't want them to speak no more in that name, and didn't want the miracles to want them to know that they committed the miracles, did the miracles and healed someone. The wicked Israelites, man. There was wicked Israelites. So I brought this. This is a lesson, really, just you know, comparing them wicked Israelites to the wicked Israelites that we have now. You know what I'm saying? Who don't use the name. You know what I'm saying? We got the groups who don't glorify the name, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't want the name to be spoken. They'd rather say Christ bless. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man. Also, they're not preaching the right doctrine as far as the MOTB. You know what I'm saying? The two most important things in this truth. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just make a comparison to that, how we got these wicked Israelites back then, and the same ones back as here now. You know? Same ones are here now, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these pop-up scoffers on TikTok going against the truth, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to go against the truth, man. Trying to get some type of clout or get some type of following. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I brought this lesson out, man, to show you how the wicked ass Israelites, and this is after the crucifixion of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? They seen all the miracles happen. Man. They seen the stuff that Yahweh Shai was doing, man. And then Peter and John come through with the same, with some of that power, man, healing the sick, man. And these wicked ass Israelites didn't want the people to know that they was healing people, man. They wanted to keep it all to themselves, man. All for the love of money, man. And who that reminds you of, man? For the love of money, man. What he would do, he would take the name from thousands of men. Because he got thousands of men up under his belt, man. I'm talking about IUIC, man, and Nate. He got thousands of men under his belt and not calling on the name. So that's awesome. That could just be holding. I ain't gonna say it could be holding, but you look at it, if we're waiting for the elected conceal, it might be some elected among them that's not even calling on the name. That's not even using the name, man. You know what I'm saying? It could be some elect member among. I'm quite sure it's elect member among all the men. You know what I'm saying? But now they not calling on the name. And they could just be a plant, just to be that division. It could be that confusion. You know what I'm saying? And Esau know this, man. That's why he set up these groups, man. To come in there to be the confusion, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is trying to seal his elect, from the four corners of the world, man. He's trying to seal his elect. And here we is got a nigga that won't even teach what the MO to the T to the B is, man. He won't say what that is, and he won't use the names, man. And we got other groups and other people involved that think that they are in the truth and involved in the truth that's doing worse. I don't know how worse you can get, but damn, I'm speaking about Pegatron. This wicked ass nigga, man. Look what he did. Look what he doing. Look how he is put in here to take away from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then if you compare this to GMS and how the brothers of GMS and how they conduct themselves, and how the apostles, elders, and the brothers of GMS, how we conduct ourselves, man. I know for a fact of just only being around these brothers for the last 3 years, man. 3 years, I was on the line for 2 years and a little over 2 years. They just not didn't come welcome me in with open arms. Yeah, they did to the camp. I was welcome to the camp, but even then, I didn't cross over from I didn't cross the line for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I wasn't. It wasn't my whole thing just to cross the line. My whole thing was to get an understanding and get the truth. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing was to get that first. You know, I could still be online right now and still be coming every day. I mean, you know, coming to camp every time I get a chance to. That wasn't a big. What I was more worried about. What I was more worried about is getting the truth and you know what I'm saying, and learning and learning and wanting to be, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what's more important to me. You know, to try to be, you know, to get in, to try to get in. I wasn't as all focused about getting in. I was just like focused about um, being able to help the brother, help the ministry. You know what I'm saying? Not be a hindrance to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was more concerned about. Like, how can I help the ministry, man? You know what I'm saying? How can I help the brother, help the ministry, and add to this? You know what I'm saying? So you got these brothers that's taken away from this, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not teaching the name. You know what I'm saying? You get a 50C3 law. You get a 50C3 tax exemption. You know what I'm saying? You got thousands of men not giving them the name. You're not giving them the right breakdowns about the mark. You're not telling them about the mark. Then you got other ones that's partaking in abominable ass sins, man, such as Alizé, um, Glorilla, Alizé Hebrew, Glorilla. So you know with his abominable ass acts he do, man. And now you got a man that's supposed to be a leader of a group that get found out like something like that happened to him. Yeah, they here to take away from the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the name to be, you know what I'm saying, not glorifying the name, man. Even if he is using the name, look what type of shame he got on him for. You know what I mean? Man, hey, man, the Lord take his name from him, man. Like, no, don't call on my name, man. That's what he done did. He done cast him out, man. So this nigga talking about joining um what's the one nigga, the vocab. Man, this nigga is crazy, man. So nevertheless, you know, I know it's old news, but nevertheless, when I read that story, I was reading that story, and I said, man, these same Israelites, man, these some same niggas, man. You know, I just wanted to make that comparison, man. How they, you know, they not, you know, they don't want the name being used. You know what I'm saying? They coming against the name. These Israelites, and then, like I say, even on to these pop up scoffers, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep reading, yeah, they didn't want that name to be used. They didn't want that name to be used, man. They didn't want that name to be used, man. So you go to 5. Let's go to 5. And it goes into where yeah, it goes into where they was it goes into account where um a man and wife was supposed to sell all that they had and give it and divide it up, you know, give it to the apostles. And they cheated the apostles out of what they're supposed to give, and then the Lord killed them. And then when they killed them, you can read it in the beginning of Acts 5. I'm not going to go into all of that. But when they killed them, the people heard about it and it gathered more believers. Just let you know the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the fear of the Lord, look what it did. The fear of the Lord gathered more people. You know what I'm saying? And, and if you got niggas out here doing pegging, that's not showing the fear of the Lord. You got niggas out here not preaching what the MO to the B, the mark of the beast is. That's not fearing the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They not preaching the real doctrine. They are not calling on the names. That's not fearing the Lord. They still calling on using Greek words to describe the Savior. That's not, hey, that's not fearing the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You getting a tax exempt. You're a part of the tax exempt law. You receive monies. Hey, that's not fearing the Lord. To fear the Lord is a treasure, not um um appeasing to what Esau want. You know what I'm saying? And doing what Esau want. You guys store up treasures in heaven, not the ones down here. And that's what Nate is doing. He's storing up treasures down here and not treasures in heaven, man. He's exalting himself, man. Coming through riding on white horses and shit, man. Looking like a clown. Having elaborate cabarets for Passover, man. They don't do none of that stuff here at GMS, man. So, he hears to take away from the truth, man. He here, you know what I'm saying? So I just making that comparison. That's why I brought this lesson up. Making this comparison about the wicked ass Israelites of today and this are the same as the wicked ass Israelites of that time. Back then. Of the old. You know what I'm saying? They're the same ones, just reincarnated, man. And we know reincarnation exists through these scriptures. We know it do. All right? So another point I want to bring out is yeah. Once Yahweh Bashem Yahushua killed that husband and his wife, that brought many more people. You know what I'm saying? It says a great fear came upon all the church and upon many as heard these things, and by the hands of the apostles were many signs and wonders brought among the people, and they all which one accord in Solomon's approach, it says, and of the rest there's of men joined himself to them, but the people it says, but the people um, magnified them. It says, and believers were the more added to the Lord. Multitudes, both men and women. He said believers were more added. You know what I'm saying? When they seen what happened. It says, insomuch that they brought forth the sick unto the streets and laid them upon the beds and couches, that at least the shadow of Peter's passing by might overshadow them, might overshadow some of them. So yeah, man, that's how much they started believing, man. Hey, that's the importance of just it says, and they were all with one accord in Solomon's approach. So that the importance of all that's the importance of all being one. You know what I'm saying? That's the importance of us all being one. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these old side groups that's taken away from that. You know what I'm saying? There's no, there's not calling on the name. There's doing fucking carrying sticks at camp, carrying guns at camp. Doing all this dumb shit. Wanting to be rappers and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, hey, if we was all on one accord, just how much more, hey, just look how much further we'd be on with this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, it might be something to elect actual in one of them purple shirts, with the fringes on it. It might be one of them guys that might be on the elect. It's 1,000, it's several thousand of them. A few of them guys might be of the elect, but look, they are being held with them. They are up under his doctrine, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, you, we, this thing won't this thing won't the kingdom won't come to the elect be sealed. You know what I'm saying? So we got some electors over there being held up from being sealed because they over there with this clown, calling on Most High Christ bless. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the Lord could do anything, man. You know, we know anything like the scripture say, anything could work for the goodness of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Anything. You can use anything. So we're not saying that it will stop anything, but it just might. You know what I'm saying? Because we got these clowns over here, not calling on Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? Or we got these other clowns over here under the commandment of the Pegatron. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that it's all right to to commit lewd acts with women and with himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I brought this lesson out. Just thinking that it's the wicked of them. The wicked of back then, the wicked of the day of old, is still these wicked of the wicked of here, the wicked of here now, are the same people, man. And it seemed like you gotta understand the wicked back then. They was um in some type of form of some type of ministry, whether it was good or bad. They was they was in it. Whether they was the Pharisees or Sadducees or whatever, they was in they was around the ministry. They just wasn't common folk. They was into the ministry, right? And just like now, these guys that they are in the ministry. Whether it be right or wrong, they are in some form of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you to prove that hey, those people are back here, man. To go through that fire, man. You know, those people are back. Just like the prophets are back. Hey, man, we don't know who is who, man. We don't know well, we know they here. You know what I'm saying? Me and some of the other brothers, we be laughing and just thinking, we be some of the brothers like let's say just some of the newer brothers. We sometimes we ride together and we'd be laughing about like who we think some of our elders are. As far as like which apostle they are in the reincarnation. We'd be laughing but we be serious about it, like how we think, how they teach and stuff, and how they act. You know what I'm saying? And these brothers are, hey man, what I can say about GMS, they are serious, man. They not just know, hey man, they just not know. This is just not a boys club you could just come walk up into, man. Just wash your ass up into and be now you putting GMS on your title and stuff. No, you got to earn this, man. You got to earn it. You know, it's not. They don't hand you over no membership like that. It's not. They don't go like that. No, you got to be really. They got to. Yeah, you got to be really looked over. People got to. You come up here and brothers are, hey, you are being examined. You know what I'm saying? And brothers gonna check you out, and they're gonna require of you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's not no. You can't just waltz up in this thing, man. So nevertheless, that's why I brought this lesson out mainly just to show you the comparison of wicked Israelites back then and wicked Israelites now. They back, back fulfilling their lot. So ultimately, in this story, what happened? Peter and them got sent to jail. Those Sadducees and those wicked Israelites came and got them and threw them in jail. But then the angel of the Lord freed them, and then they went and told them to go preach in the temple. So they went and preached in the temple, and then the Sadducees they went to go get them again, and then one of the Pharisees spoke up and spoke up for him and told him like, no, don't bother him, to leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? And so they was left alone to go preach. You know what I'm saying? To go preach in the name of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. They was left alone. So to let you know that let you know that some of those wicked men, there's some of those men in that wicked group, can actually be of the elect and come up out of that group, you know what I'm saying? And come up out of there and still be, Become a part of that group with salvation, with the salvation intact. So yeah, man, it was a problem with them preaching in the name of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man. The Israelites didn't want that, man. They said they didn't want that blood to come down on them. But you had already asked for the blood. The people had already asked for it. They already said let his blood be on us and our children. And then they got scared talking about, we don't want his blood. We don't want this name being preached because we don't want the blood on us. We don't want that blood because they know they did something bold, you know? So they'd rather just wallow in their wickedness, want everybody to be wicked, you know what I'm saying? Because you see, when the Lord came down and laid that smackdown on that husband and wife, it gathered more followers into the truth. The fear of the Lord gathered more followers and stuff. And with that being said, I just wanted to make those comparisons and stuff. So nevertheless, I hope you find some edification in the video. I'd like to say all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the elders, apostles, GMS who rule well, and Shalom to the whole elect.